Welcome back, everyone, to Darkest Hour, or Darkest Hour? Dankest Hour? What the fuck? Kaiserreich Dankest Hour, which is a Kaiserreich submod. And yeah, welcome back to Kaiserreich. Hopefully this is going to be the last playthrough I do of this mod before, what the fuck is that new flag? Before actually heading into China rework territory. Anyway, we're going to be playing as the United States of America on veteran difficulty. We're going to strengthen the German Empire. We're going to strengthen the International. We're going to strengthen Russia. We're going to strengthen the Soviet. We're going to strengthen Japan. Let's turn on native exonyms. We're fine with those things. All these things are doable. Now, as you can see, we have a few mods. Hoi 4 Partisan mod. Then there's a bunch of country paths. We're going to take a look at those later, but we're just going to let these stay as they are. Stay as they are. It's fine. And, did it save it? Did it save it? It did. Good. The reason we're not strengthening the Entente will become apparent at one point. Let's get in. And I'll see you when we're actually in. And, yeah. Alright, welcome to Kaiserreich. Now, whoa. Interesting. Now, the point of all of this is to play a game of Kaiserreich with a lot of submods. Now, what submods are we talking about? You obviously see from the title it's Dankest Hour. Now, there's actually 2 Dankest Hours, believe it or not. And the 2 Dankest Hours are kind of the same both. They just add a bunch of meme paths. Some of them are the same, some of them overlap, so, you know, just kind of funny as a whole, I'd say. And, basically, actually, could do it like this. Basically, the whole point of the Dankest Hour mods, again, is to add weird paths, you know, meme paths, things that can go wrong, all these sorts of things. And, for example, weird paths that are added happen in Afghanistan, but not actually in the focus tree, because obviously Afghanistan has no focus tree. There's, I think, some weird shit in the UOB, because otherwise they wouldn't have that flag, but I actually don't really think that happened. There's a few in Canada, especially when it relates to, like, the, where is it? Yeah, like, God Save the King stuff. And there's quite a few in the realm of, essentially how the United States explodes. And, yeah, so basically that's what we're going to be doing. Now, there's other submods that I've installed. One of them is called the Partisan mod, but I don't exactly know how that works, so we'll see how, you know, it ends up working out. Another one is the Intelligence submod, Kaiserreich Intelligence, or Espionage. Now, I never played this one, but it's kind of interesting to me, at least, because on the icon next. Okay, because they're about to obviously release. Well, they're about to obviously release. They just announced a DLC focused on this kind of stuff, espionage, all that. So I don't know. I guess I want to try it and see if I can ever play with it, essentially. Now, another submod that is around is the one that's causing this mess. Or, well, I mean, it's conflicting with the Dankest Hour submods. and it's the Balkans improved. So the Balkans over here, not Austria, I believe. Austria is the same. But the Balkans meaning, Hungary, especially. Hungary, maybe Bohemia as well. No Bohemia. Romania might have something that's changed. Doesn't look like it, but it definitely has a changed flag and portrait for Codreanu, who's really hot. I don't know. It's weird, but he's hot. Damn. And Serbia, as you can see, he's going with the new, one of the new paths, which is the military coup. And he can either go nat pop or pat out from that, and do not savory things. That's yeah, there's genocide in this. It's the Balkan submod. What do you think? And there's also Albania, which can have Hoxha, of course. Although even in normal Kaiserreich, of course. Even in normal Kaiserreich, you can have Hoxha, but that's only if you do things with Greece. Oh yeah, speaking of Greece, he can form Byzantium if he goes like restore the monarchy over here from autocratic Greece. He can he can do Byzantine stuff. Let's fucking hope not, because I hate Byzantium. I'm an anti-Byzantium. And there's also Illyria that's got new paths, and some of them are very big brain. Very, very big brain. Some of them are actual big brain, like, Illyrian republicanism or whatever. There's also a way to get South Slavic Federation. Yeah, Brotherhood and Unity through Tito, fucking Comrade Tito. Grigorich's Bolshevik Renewal, or the Socialist Council. Yeah, he can do a bunch of shit, basically. Either the Workers' Rebellion, Provoke the Minority, which is the Ustaše, literally, Ante Pavelic, and he can go independent, and a pure correct Jesus fucking resettlement. Oh, Jesus Christ, God. Or South Slavic Federation through independent Illyria once he's independent. Or even unite the Balkans, I guess. I don't know. Profit from relegation cities, thank you. Now, there's that. Have I talked about everything? Oh, no. Oh, shit. No, there's also this one. Oh, that's the other submod. That's awesome. It's Kaiserreich super events, a bit like how TNO does them, where just something plays, no animation, but yeah, pretty cool. Economic depression cannot be cured by legislative action or executive pronouncement. Black Monday. You can never escape poverty. Afghanistan declared war on the Kingdom of India. Now, another thing that's... Let's reintroduce that bill. We shall see. Status of the US Army. We don't care. There's a reason we don't care. You probably know, considering it's probably in the title of the video. But, yeah. Another thing that you can do is you can like form the Mughal Empire as Afghanistan, which is why I went to Afghanistan. But yeah, obviously that's something that might be fun, like trying to win as Afghanistan, but whatever. What else? Ooh, the anarchist, Sébastien Faure. Man, I wonder if like this focus tree has changed that much. Man, that's sad that some of these icons don't really work. The coalition ticket, nope. Is there anything else? Galicia Lodomirian, no. Have I missed anything? Well, there's, again, new American factions, as I already said. There's those... Oh, yeah, right, it's Two Sicilies. Didn't get to do it because of that. Yeah. It's the Evola tree, or Evola, if you prefer. And it's basically insane fascism. Organized Pan-Europa. Jesus fucking Christ. Basically, it's esoteric fascism, which is also what we're gonna do, funnily enough. But we're gonna get to that in a bit, because now I'll just be fucking off and for a while playing along until the American Civil War happens. There we go. After a bit of time, we are finally to the Civil War. So MacArthur and the army remove Landon. I chose out Landon as president because whatever. And yeah, there's a very, very easy way to get MacArthur to take you over. So here we are. MacArthur's in charge. And let's do that. Oh. There we are. So read calls for action. The disaster has begun. So we're gonna have the American Civil War. Lovely. Now, yeah, the way the American Civil War works now is that you recruit people, and you recruit them through that menu over here. Huey Long declares something. Stand by the Republic. Because the one that we're playing is obviously New England now. To get New England on board, we're going to have to do with Canada. And basically the way we're going to have to deal with Canada is that once the ACW starts, there's going to be an event where it's like we can encourage the Canadians to just intervene in New England to remove the issues, essentially. Anyway, Pacific governors declare the emergency, obviously because we have MacArthur. I wanted this set up so that this sort of shape would happen. And there we go, standoff in America now. There's a 30-day deadline, and during this period you need to essentially build up, but obviously since we are going to be playing New England, we're going to have really none of those issues. So yeah, gonna see you in a little bit. All right, here we go. So now Canada has taken over New England, and Second International. Everyone wants to do things. Yeah, basically, now we're playing as Canada for a bit, because we want to make sure that they pick the right option when things come around. And, yeah, so basically, come on, give me the event. Give me the event. There it is, I think. Is it? Yes, our own America. Now, we've taken control of the northeastern American region known as New England. Now that we have done so, a number of ministers have met... Oh, to our own Americas. Interesting. Number of ministers have met with our leaders from those states, blah, blah, blah. They would be our own piece of America. Should the Civil War spill northwards, we will have our own ally on the border that we can influence. Of course, some also think that we should just occupy and administer the land without worrying about a middleman of suspect loyalty to the crown. Yeah, unfortunately, damn, you haven't even gone... Oh no, actually, damn it, 19 more days. See, if I waited for 19 days, when I spawn as New England, I would have had the doctrine myself. God damn it. Would have loved to have that doctrine, because you keep the technologies of your overlord. Anyway, now we're New England. Why did we choose New England? Yes, it's this one. It's this one. It's a ridiculous path, and I love it. Let's take the second Hartford Convention. Now, essentially, New England, we start off as an occupied puppet of the Canadians with just a few units. We have John F. Kennedy as a general. Fun fact. Nope. No thanks. There we go. We are now in New England. I wonder if we have our own... The Maple Leaf Forever. Oh, Jesus Christ. Wonder if we have our own music. I don't know. Anyway, now we can take some military factories. We should also get spies from the place we built. And we can now also get rifles. And artillery. Amazing. And convoys. Pretty cool stuff. Now, we also start with like 1,000,000 fucking templates, which is kind of annoying. Anyway, basically, how does New England work? Bishop criticizes military priorities. I am 100% sure that this event is supposed to happen to Canada. I think it's Billy Bishop. But I'm not going to complain with getting buffs, you know. Gains William Avery Bishop, Chief of the Air Force. I don't think that that's going to work in any way. Our government's going to change, so... The Air Force will get no more of a priority, plus 10 stability and 5,000 manpower? Thanks, I guess. Anyway, the Provisional Government of New England. Thanks to our allies in Canada, we are now protected from the Red Menace coming from Chicago and New York City. We've set up a provisional government in Boston. Fucking Boston. And as we prepare to liberate the rest of our country. Unfortunately, not many people both in and out of the states believe that we are the true and legitimate America, and we must rectify this problem. Don't shred on me. Anyway, so we begin... our tenure. So basically, this is entirely because of the Dankest Hour mod that this is a possible. That all of these are a possibility. Normally, you just have like sort of this path generally, where you try to maintain. Yeah, whatever. Let's keep the same guy, even because it doesn't really change anything, and where you basically just try to be a legitimate successor to the USA in the traditional sense, democratically. Now there are other paths that have been added by whatchamacallit, by the Dankest Hour mod. One of them is Quaker Victory. Now, the Quakers are these weird, like, religious pacifist people, sort of proto-socialist from the period of the English Civil War, sort of hardline Puritans, but, like, hardline in a good way, in a way. Yeah, unfortunately, though, they're, like, pacifist again and neutral, so it's not a meme, unfortunately. But refugees and resources will be smuggled across the border into New England. So that's kind of cool. And, ooh, Spanish Civil War. So yeah, they're kind of cool. They're really awesome, in fact. Or you could have the convention, which is the second Hartford Convention, which is, with Canadian intervention, the fall of Washington, we have been granted shelter from the ravages of war. While the rest of America burns, we must convene quickly to form a legitimate government capable of bringing stability back to the lives of the American people. It's not gonna happen. You can have three outcomes, either the martial law, essentially, you know, goes back to democracy, essentially, and then you again have the New England thing, fucking Carla Spain, fucking Dutch elections. You can have indirect rule from Ottawa, which becomes essentially like pro, you know, Canada, like a lot, and you become royalist. Or I am Providence, which is Lovecraft. Oh. You must sacrifice every thought, every ideology for the good of the nation and for the serenity of our fatherhood. Francisco Franco. Spain has fallen far. Oh, we also have a Romanian civil war. None of these are in the Belgrade Pact. The Belgrade Pact is just Serbia and Greece, and the fucking Serbian national populists are going for Yugoslavia. Slavic Federation. And not a pan-Serbian state. Athelas is not proud. Hey, they did a lot of army reforms. Damn. Maybe they're gonna be strong enough to deal with the Bulgarians then. Expel the Muslims. Ban Turkish... The Balkans are just such an awesome place, aren't they? Yeah, they haven't done King Georgios. Or King Pavlos. If they do King Georgios... they can do an autocratic Greece, because King Georgios is paternal autocrat. Oh, actually, no, authoritarian democrat. So wait, how the fuck? See, I definitely thought that NK becomes the ruling party. Yeah, that's authoritarian democrat. So then how the fuck do you get paternal autocrat and this thing? Huh? I think I'm dumb? See, I thought that the path was this one. I don't know. Then there must be some insane weird thing that I do not know about. Ah, right. It was. I think you can have like a coup of some kind. Right. Anyway, so they're not gonna do Byzantium. Essentially, they're gonna do moderate monarchy, normal monarchy, not insane monarchy. What are you doing? Let's look away. And yeah, there's going to be this lovely war. And in the meantime, there's going to be another lovely war now. A gun in hand. Now, yeah, that's a new leader from the mod. Oh, Peru and Ecuador are killing each other. Isn't that awesome? Anyway, this is also from the glorious Dankest Hour mod. Now, another glorious thing from the Dankest Hour mod is President Burnham. If you go totalist, you can do technocracy. Burnham's Red Scare. What the man, this is just... It's lovely. I'd love to play it. Proletariat Commander. Neo-socialist values. You know? Military-industrial state. Don't you love it? Arm Canadian freedom fighters. Anti-capitalist protection wall. Love it. Love it. The Marxist, the Machiavellian, the Patriot. This is just so good. Now, there's also supposed to be, like, from the other Dankest Hour mod. Ontario Technate. That's if James Burnham is the current country leader. Oh, yeah, right, that's Socialist Empire. Love it. Oh, sweet Columbia. Oh, Jesus Christ, this is so good. I'd love to play it. Yeah, there's also, like, see, the two Dankest Hours are conflicting. The other Dankest Hour has Al Capone CSA, which is hilarious. Second Hartford Convention. So with New England under Canadian protection, the first order of business remains the establishment of a legitimate government in this time of crisis, and the reaffirmation and recognition of the Constitution of the United States as the primary source of law and authority in the nation. Leaders and statesmen are making their way to Connecticut, hoping to make history with their involvement in the preservation of America. Others, however, see the convention as more than an opportunity to not reaffirm the Constitution, but to make crucial changes to the document to prevent yet another civil war. These political dissidents have flocked to the immigrant-backed and Quaker-led alliance under Clarence Pickett, or Lovecraft's increasingly militant and outspoken Loyal Coalition. Canadian liberation has given us freedom and isolation from the Second American Civil War, yet the Second Hartford Convention about to begin, the future of New England seems ever more uncertain. Oh yeah, right. I can pick something else. Reestablishing the Minutemen. Give me troops. And give me mobilization. All these things are good. Now, at one point, you get some cool shit, like behind enemy lines. We'll send patriots south to spread the word of the coming liberation. Fucking love it. The rise of Lovecraft. There we are. During the Weltkrieg, untold thousands rushed to the relative safety, stability, and opportunity of America. As the war languished on, immigrants flocked to New England, or flooded New England, quickly and unexpectedly changing the face of the Northeast. With these diverse new interests came new problems, particularly nativist resentment. These problems were only compounded by the economic recession that set in after the Kaiserreich began to isolate the United States of America. This discontent was championed by one of New England's most famous personalities, the celebrity author Howard Phillips Lovecraft. Lovecraft's meteoric rise to fame in recent years is based on his tales of weird and diabolical fiction, seen by both fans and critics as giving voice to the xenophobia, economic insecurity, and reactionary instincts of New Englanders. Initially the darlings of Boston Brahmins and New England's Anglo-Saxon majority, Lovecraft's work spread like wildfire across the country, turning him into an overnight sensation. Blah, blah, blah. He has become a political voice for New England's increasingly disenfranchised WASP majority, and was nominated leader of the reactionary and Anglo-centric Loyal Coalition, which is the National Populists. The Loyal Coalition is a political party which aims to bring America closer to the Anglosphere and defend New England against the ethnic hordes that have flooded its borders in recent decades. New England stirs. So basically, in real life, Lovecraft is mostly famous for writing tales of like cosmic horrors or whatever. But he was actually also, like, not a good person, and, like, insanely racist, and hated, like, Irish people, and, like, Italian people, and Chinese people, but especially, like, Irish and Italians, because that's the general people that inhabit this region. In general, anyone who was not a WASP, a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant, meaning... You know, in an extended definition, essentially all Germanic people, basically, except, I guess, Catholic Germanic people. I don't know. Like, you know, generally people from England, Scandinavia, and Germany. But Scandinavia and Germany only after the definition got expanded again. What the fuck? Cancer. Interesting. Gustav VI Adolf swears the royal oath. Interesting. Very interesting. Anyway, basically, the deal with Lovecraft is that he just fucking hated immigrants, you know? Now, in real life, he was also, like, a recluse and was not really fit for anything political. But in this one, you know, it's just... It's a mod, so, yeah. The Quakers, it's explaining the Quakers. Basically, you know, yeah. The Quakers are relatively normal stuff. Loyal Coalition denied representation. Referencing an unsettling resemblance to Long's Minutemen and the Silver Legion of America, a Democratic Republican power bloc under Joseph William Martin Jr. and James Michael Curley has denied Lovecraft's Loyal Coalition representation in the Congress of New England and participation in the Second Hartford Convention. In response to what their leader has deemed a desperate act by loathsome cowards, Lovecraft supporters have begun to gather in Providence, Rhode Island, in anticipation of a march from Providence to Hartford in protest. So basically they're doing that. Will they see the truth? Blood on the Quinnebog. More nascent congressmen pour into Hartford, followed by stories of Lovecraft's unyielding march from Providence. As thousands of angry nativists muster towards Connecticut, A National Guard unit was dispatched to the small town of Pomfret, Connecticut, to halt the demonstration. When ordered to fire, most of the guardsmen refused and joined the demonstration. Those that complied were quickly overpowered by the loyalists. Blah, blah, blah. A great foulness wishes to silence us. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owners of this country have returned, and their kind is no longer welcome here. Of course. The Democratic-Republican bloc fractures, convention or disaster. For better or ill, the time has finally come to gather the Congress and begin the convention. With the loyal coalition mere miles from the city center and gaining ground quickly, a series of roadblocks and checkpoints is hastily erected to slow their advance. Reports abound of nativist mobs descending on these barriers to rip them apart with their bare hands before marching lines of uniformed loyal coalition members to clear effortlessly through the wreckage. As attendance is counted among the convention, only a thin line of troops separates the Congress from Lovecraft's impending arrival. If they can't stop him, they need only delay him long enough for the convention to be held. Lovecraft storms the convention. And, blah, blah. Providence reigns supreme. So, once we finish off reestablishing the Minutemen, we are going to get the dissolution of the convention. The first great test. Lovecraft may have convinced the convention, but it is our great northern benefactor, Canada, who will determine New England's fate. Will the Canadians tolerate such a radical firebrand taking control of their erstwhile dependency? And what of the members of the U.S. military who chose to defend their home states in New England when the Civil War broke out? Lovecraft's royalist and English sympathies are well known, and it is likely that he would give way to the crown out of respect. But an uprising by New England's paltry military would be a different matter. So this is where we get the choice: either martial law and back to America, direct rule from Ottawa, aka the Canadians intervene, or Providence holds on to power. There we go. And yep, there we are. We've got this bad flag, and Iron Guard Romania won the Civil War rather easily. Status of Montenegro. What the Interesting. He went to play along. Okay, so he's pro-Austrian. Oh no, Ante Pavelic. Weird how they didn't go for Bulgaria? I don't know anymore. Anyway, so basically, there we are. H.P. Lovecraft. We have a cool little description, obviously. And, yeah, we're going to end it right here. We can dissolve the convention and bypass it. And take I Am Providence. I am Providence, and Providence is myself. Together, indissolubly as one, we stand through the ages. A fixed monument set eternally in the shadow of Durfee's ice-clad peak. It is New England I must have, in some form or other. Now, this is all cringe, basically. As you can see, it's basically just occult fascism. And you get to kill the other people, you know, the other American miners, and then Lovecraft's America, which is what we're aiming for. And then, who knows? Who knows what shall be done? What kind of great and glorious things can be accomplished? I don't know. Yeah, basically, there we are. We're going to end it right here. I do want to thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you soon, and have a good one.